aircraft here in Mobile. I don't normally get that type of applause, so I appreciate that. To the few in the room that I haven't met, I'm Darryl Taylor. I'm the head of operations for Airbus in the U.S. and also the site general manager here in Mobile. I want to thank some very special guests today. U.S. Senator Katie Britt, U.S. Representative Jerry Carl, Mobile Mayor Sandy Stimpson. Thank you for taking the time to celebrate this milestone with us. Your support has been and will continue to be a critical success of Airbus in the U.S. I also want to recognize our Mobile County and Baldwin County Commissioners, Commissioner Hudson, Commissioner Ludgood, Commissioner Dewitt, and Commissioner Underwood. And Councilman C.J. Small, thank you for being here. We also have former Congressman Bradley Byrne, who is the president of Mobile. There he is, Bradley, thank you for being here. And also Lee Lawson, who is president of Baldwin County Economic Development. Thank you very much for being here. I'd also like to give a warm Alabama welcome to our Delta Airlines colleagues. Without you, we wouldn't be celebrating 100 aircraft today. You're the reason we're here, and you're such an amazing partner for us. So Heather Wingate, Christine Boko, Katie Childers, Skivington Holderness, Emma Johnson, and Melissa Long. Great to have you here today, and thank you for celebrating this with all of our employees. And finally, I do want to recognize those special people in the room. I've had the honor to be here now just under 8 years and work with these employees who have really helped us grow from our original vision of what we were going to do here in Mobile to now what you see behind us with even more growth. Your tireless work to ensure this aircraft and many other aircraft are the safest in the world is the most important thing that we do. And I really want to tell you that that is why we keep on getting selected to deliver amazing aircraft to amazing customers like Delta. Thank you for producing these and hundreds of others. We know that your passion and dedication fuels our success. So I will ask you to give them one more last round of applause. So with that, I'd like to introduce Airbus America's Chairman and CEO, Jeff Niddle. Over to you, Jeff.
Thank you, Darryl, and good morning to everyone. Good morning, Mobile, my favorite place in the world. I'm starting to get really comfortable in Alabama. I may have to move here. I just read in the Wall Street Journal, this is the place to be.
Come on, let's go.
So thank you all for taking the time to be here. This is really an important event to us. When you look back on where we were 5, 10 years ago, I don't think anyone could have imagined what we are doing here. And it's really been a function of a great cooperation, federal, state, and local. And quite honestly, in my experience, I have never seen a more aligned and, importantly, helpful group. It's not often that you get calls that say, what can we do to help? And that happens with this group. And I just want to say thank you. You are terrific. So we'll get some applause for them. Now, importantly, we're here to celebrate the 100th 320 delivering to Delta. And again, who would have thought? It's a milestone, and we're really proud to have the Delta team here. Heather, Kristen, and the rest, thank you. I know you have busy schedules. I noticed there's a difference. I'm going into the gym this morning. Heather's coming out of the gym. So we can tell who's way ahead on the curve here. But without Delta, this facility would not be what it is today. You are foundational to what we do. It's not only the 100th airplane, it's that you are a partner that makes us better every single day. And we are so proud to be your partner. So thank you very much. And quite honestly, thank you for the confidence you have in us. This is a hard business. I think we all know that. You know, when you put 1.5 million or 2 million parts together to fly in formation and at 30-some thousand feet in the air, 500 miles an hour, it takes a lot. And having Delta work with us and give us their depth of knowledge in operations and their views is really something special. So thank you. Where are we today in Mobile? And I've talked about the growth, but it's not just the growth in facilities, it's growth in employees. We've gone from 50, 100 employees. This site now has 1,600 employees, and we'll have well over 2,000 very, very soon. And with Congressman Carl's help, we're going to build another FAL for the tanker, and we'll even do better. No pressure. But we have really expanded here, and quite honestly, we couldn't have done it without Delta, our partner, but also without great employees. And I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to say thank you. I know this is hard. I know growing, although it's fun, takes a lot of training. It takes a lot to get us where we are today, and you're the reason we've been able to accomplish what we have. So thank you. You are just terrific. So when you think about it for a second, people look at the FAL, which is critical to what we and who we are. But you can go down the road. Where we started was an engineering center. Just pulling in here, you probably saw it's Airbus Engineering. That's another 250 employees. And then you can go over to the regional airport where we have our space and defense business, where they take care of the 295 or build the 295 in Europe and maintain it for the Coast Guard. So this Mobile is the industrial hub of Airbus in the United States. And we are just so, so proud to be here. Now, one of the other areas that we focused on, Mayor Stimpson has been very upfront and direct about us being involved in the community. I think we have a great partnership. Hopefully you feel the same. But part of that partnership is FlightWorks Alabama. The state has been terrific. We are educating young people today for the future of aviation, or quite honestly, other industries. When you go in there, and hopefully you'll get the chance today, in my mind, it's a special place. And Alabama can say, hopefully can say they are really proud of this. And one of the reasons for that is other states are asking us if they can copy it. So what you're doing in terms of educating young people right here in Mobile could be the future for other states, and I think you should be proud of that. So thank you for all you've done. So in closing, which I'm sure you're very happy to hear, I just want to say thank you all for coming. Again, thank you to Delta. You've been a terrific partner, and Delta is one of the few, if not only, airlines in the world to fly every one of our aircraft types. 220, 320, 330 Neo, 350, and soon to be hopefully more. But we've got a lot going on, and without their help, we wouldn't be where we are. So thank you again, Delta. And I want to welcome up Heather Wingate, head of, I was going to say customer relationships. You just moved from the government to customer. Government relations for Delta. So Heather, thank you.
Well, good morning. My name's Heather Wingate, and I'm Senior Vice President of Government Relations for Delta Airlines, and I am so excited to be here with you today to celebrate the 100th Airbus A320 family of aircraft made right here in Alabama for my airline, Delta Airlines. It's a very proud moment. We hold deep appreciation for our partnership with Airbus, not only because you provide us with state-of-the-art aircraft, that's a given, but because of all the awesome jobs that have been created right here in Alabama to make this possible. So thank you for all that you've done for Delta. It's a wonderful partnership, as Jeff mentioned. Delta currently operates more than 400 Airbus aircraft, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. Even more amazing is that 100 of those aircraft have come off the manufacturing line right here in Mobile. So that's pretty special. I'd also like to thank Pratt & Whitney. Pratt & Whitney and Airbus, your partnership has provided us with an incredibly fuel-efficient workhorse product that we are incredibly proud to have in our fleet, and we couldn't do without. At Delta, we're continuing to deliver as best we can every day with our amazing people a really exceptional customer service experience. And that includes not just fuel-efficient aircraft like you provide to us, but also different types of services and products throughout that travel ribbon, on board as well as elsewhere in your travel experience. And we're keeping in mind as we do that our future in net zero. That's our goal, is a net zero goal. And you all are an important part of that planning process. We're excited to be celebrating this key moment with Airbus and the Airbus employees, as well as many government officials from your great state of Alabama and the local community that's made all of this possible. I'd like to acknowledge some of our friends who can't be here with us today, including your governor, Governor Ivey, and your Lieutenant Governor Ainsworth, as well as Senator Tuberville, and the rest of the federal, state, and local officials who have been great partners to us, as well as Airbus. And a huge thank you to Congressman Carl and Mayor Stimpson, who we're going to hear from shortly. But first, I'm very honored to be here to introduce to you Senator Katie Britt. You all are very fortunate to be represented by such a wonderful senator. You've got an exceptional history of wonderful leadership in Washington. Senator Britt is a wife, a mother, and is a great partner to both Delta and Airbus, and we're very fortunate to have that partnership. She's been leading in the Congress already, in the Senate, on creating jobs for Alabama. That is her focus, from what I can tell. You tell me if I'm wrong, Senator. As well as protecting children on social media and securing our borders. Such important work. Thank you, Senator. Despite being in her first term, I can attest to you that she is often sought out in Congress by her colleagues and others for her wisdom and for her efforts at finding and accomplishing common sense solutions to really tough problems. So without further ado, I give to you Senator Katie Britt.
Heather, thank you for that kind introduction. Good morning, everyone. Oh, well, let's try it again. Good morning, everyone. Come on. There we go. Now we're awake. It is wonderful to be here as we celebrate this incredible milestone. It is always good to see my friends, Congressman Jerry Carl and Mayor Sandy Stimpson, two excellent leaders, not only for this community, but for our entire state. As Delta prepares to accept delivery of their 100th Airbus A320 that was assembled here in Mobile, it is a reminder of what is possible in our great state. We are so proud to say that Alabama is one of the very few places in the world building large commercial airplanes. Airbus and Delta are a shining example of how partners can come together to help elevate a region and an entire community. The plane is here today because of a multitude of things. First, leadership that we see right in front of us. Councilmen, commissioners, mayor, Congressman Bradley Byrne, the visionary leaders that came before us and sit here today are what helps make this possible. Obviously, the incredible partnership between Delta and Airbus, being willing to come together to do big things, is what actually changes the dynamic. But ultimately, None of this would be possible without you all. To the workers who do this every single day, 2,000 across our great state and almost 1,600 here in Mobile, we say thank you. I got to walk through and watch you all a couple of months ago, and I was blown away. You are meticulous. Every single thing has a place and a process, and you make sure that when this thing is put together, that we can safely ascend into the skies. Without your diligence, without your willingness to buy into the vision, folks, none of this would be possible. So please, everyone, help me say thank you to the incredible workers here in Mobile. It is ultimately because of you that we are here. And one thing that is not only so incredible about what we're doing is the commitment to what we will do in the future. Your commitment to making sure that we continue to have a ready workforce, that you are exposing people to opportunities that exist right here in Mobile. And you are saying, if you want to achieve the American dream, we can help you do that. As leaders now, we say thank you for not only helping us achieve what we are today, but looking into the future and saying, how can we continue to help others reach this as well? So you've taken this idea from design to completion, and along the way, you all have demonstrated why made in Alabama and made in America signify craftsmanship and quality. You have shown why Alabama's greatest asset always will be our tremendous people. And you will continue to fuel a bright future across coastal Alabama and our entire state for years to come. Because of you and what you're doing, more Alabamians will have the opportunity to reach the American dream. That's why we must continue to create more 21st century good paying jobs and open new doors of opportunity that lead to growth and prosperity. That's what Airbus is doing right here, including the 1,000 new workers that will be joining your ranks as more Alabamians build aircrafts to take to the sky. We want to be able to maximize our potential, and today you've shown what's possible. It's no exaggeration that thanks to what you do every day here in Mobile, a generation of Americans will look to the skies and see that there is no ceiling to American ingenuity. So today's celebration is time for us to celebrate, but also look ahead and remember that we have only scratched the surface to how high we can fly. I know you all will continue to lead the way here at Airbus and Delta. Please know that as your partners, we say thank you. Local, state, and federal leaders stand ready to help you continue to grow and flourish so that these people can continue to reach the American dream. And on that note, speaking of someone who I have the utmost respect for, who understands that concept, it is our next speaker, Congressman Jerry Carl. Y'all, you are so incredibly, to have a leader like him, someone who really cares. It's not about the spotlight. It's about getting behind the scenes and creating solutions. It's not about tweeting something that's going to get him retweets. It's about how can we sit down and make sure that we're creating good paying jobs? How can we make sure that we're protecting our conservative beliefs? How can we make sure we're actually moving the ball down the field? And y'all, that is him. And in the midst of all of that, fighting for this region, fighting for this state, he also takes time to allow me to be his partner. As a new senator, I have a lot to learn. There are a lot of subjects where I need to dive down deep in order to represent this area, represent our state, and represent the conservative cause the way that I need to. He takes the time to make sure that he brings me along with him. Have you gotten this briefing? What about this? What about this? What about that? And I am truly grateful to have a partner and someone that will show me the way, like Congressman Jerry Carl. Please help me welcome to the stage your incredible Congressman for the 1st Congressional District, Congressman Jerry Carl.
Gosh, on that note, I don't think I need to say anything, do I? Delta, thank you so much. Thank you for entrusting us here in Mobile to make 100 planes for you, and I'm excited about the future in building 100 more and 100 more and 100 more. It means so much to me. Those of us that were here from the very beginning, and there's several here that was here long before me, but to be here and know where we came from, I mean, it was like a David versus Goliath mentality here. And because of Delta, you've been able to help us with those orders, with those deliveries, and we thank you for that. For Airbus, for believing in Mobile, thank you. Again, we had David and Goliath mentality here. Everybody says we couldn't do it, we wouldn't do it, we can't do it. But you know what? A little bitty town called Mobile, Alabama became a spot on the map. I learned that when I went to an air show over in Paris. No one could speak English, but they would hear Mobile, Alabama, and lo and behold, they stopped. They knew exactly what we were talking about. We should be so proud of that. We could not have done that, would not have done that without Airbus. We have great visions that go far beyond where we're at today. These elected officials that are sitting here have got visions of growth, and we're here to work with you, Airbus, so let us know how we can help you. To the employees, they said you couldn't build a bicycle in this town. And we're delivering, I think we've got 285 delivered so far, 280 we've delivered so far, and you've got the 100th here for Delta, and Delta does not buy junk. They buy good stuff. They're a quality company. Thank y'all. It is not possible without the backbone. We sell you every day in my position. We're talking to other companies. We're talking about your families. We're talking about your commitment. We're talking about our culture. We're talking about, we talk about you, the employees of Airbus, and all the workforce in Mobile because we're family, and I'm very proud of that. So you can tell old David and Goliath, we're David. You're David. You got the rock, and Goliath has got a sore chin right now, and we're just getting started with Goliath. We just got him knocked off his feet a little bit. We're going to finish him out. And with that, thank you again for everyone showing up here today to this occasion. It's my honor to, I can't give a statement like, isn't it horrible to have to follow in behind Katie Britt? I used to complain about following in behind Sandy. Now I've got much more of a, to follow in behind. But our wonderful Mayor, Sandy Stimpson.
Somebody handed me a drink before I came up here. I don't know what that's indicative of, but I kind of like it. You know, they say in Mobile we're born to celebrate, so I guess that's what we're here to do. You know, you've heard a lot of wonderful accolades given to everybody that I will say that we all represent. Everybody in here, there are either 10, crew members, team members behind you, or there are constituents behind you. And we really, what a privilege it is to be sitting in this room, knowing what's going on with Airbus, with Delta, and in the city of Mobile. I mean, there's so many people that would give, or communities that would give their right arm to be a part of this. But here we are. What a blessing to be able to do it. And so I've been asked to give a toast, but before I give that toast, and I think they're passing, I'm going to give them a couple more minutes to make sure they adequately get the champagne passed around. But you've heard these words that I'm going to repeat, but it is absolutely true of how all this works. And the first is the workforce. I mean, all I'm doing is I'm repeating what you've already heard, but it's important that those who may hear this in the future understand that we understand in the city of Mobile the significance of the workforce. The second thing is performance. If Airbus wasn't performing at a level that very few companies really perform at, we probably wouldn't be here. And for what they've got to do in the future, there are a lot of expectations on what the future is for Airbus. And those are big shoes to fill, especially when you think of the quality component that you can't make a mistake. Where so many in life, so many of us, we can tolerate that. Teamwork. Jeff, you said it, the teamwork among all the governmental officials, but it's not just not the elected officials, it's the teamwork of the employees. And what we all know about teamwork is from that stem relationships. And the cool thing about that is that there are people who otherwise, if it were not for being involved with Airbus and this endeavor here, we wouldn't be friends. We wouldn't have those relationships. So what a blessing that is. The last that I'll comment about has to do with leadership. And We've all heard it. Everything rises and falls on leadership. And I do believe that. And so kind of a prayer that I have is that whether it's Airbus, Delta, the city of Mobile, the state of Alabama, or our federal delegation of the United States, that we will always figure out how to put the best people in positions of leadership, because everything hinges on that. So have everybody got champagne that wants it? Oh, good. That means mine's real and mine's an employee, okay? So with that, you know, I think as we propose this toast, something comes to mind, and that is, it is about the past. You know, only 10 years ago, we weren't building airplanes. We never had built one. So when you think about the present, you know, this is the 100th today. And when I think about the future, you know, possibly within 3 years, I'm giving you a little buffer there, Jeff, and we hope to be building maybe 20 aircraft a month. That is amazing. But my real toast is this: may we approach the future of Airbus, the city of Mobile, the state of Alabama, and the United States with the enthusiasm that Senator Katie Britt has. So here's to the future. Hear, hear. Thank y'all very much. Thank you.